Oh my God. I've been singing this song by Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't know.
Yeah, you don't know who she is, but she's like, please don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Sorry.
Why is the mother in the what?
So she's dating the guy from Saltburn, the guy who licked or drank the
nut out the drain.
Yeah. She's dating the actor in real life. So the music video, this is the most bad bitch shit I've ever seen in my entire life. The music video came out like 4 days ago, and she cast her boyfriend in the music video, and she's singing the song that she wrote about him. And in the lyrics, she's like, "Listen, I have good taste. These are literally the lyrics. I have good taste. I have good judgment. Nobody seems to agree with me because, he has a very interesting face." And she's basically saying, like, I think you're attractive, but nobody else does.
Oh my God.
And she's like, please don't prove these people right that you're going to cheat on me. And she's like, heartbreak is one thing. My ego's another. Please don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Basically saying, if you put a scandal on my name, we're gonna have an issue. And I was like, this is a bad.
So mad if somebody tell me nobody else think you look good but me. I would never date somebody that.
Have you seen him though?
I forgot what he looked like. What's his
name? Is Barry Cogan or Cohan or something like that. But they call him rodent handsome is what they called him. Like there's this new trend I saw on TikTok where people are calling men like him and homie from what's that cooking show that comes on Hulu, The Bear, that and Shameless. Yeah,
Shameless Lip Gallagher.
Yeah, they said he's rodent handsome as well. And
oh my God.
Yeah, so last night I did a Sabrina Carpenter cosplay with a blonde wig and everything. I feel like I'm in my WWA era, my white woman audacity.
What the fuck is a white woman audacity?
Okay. Oh, first of all, hi y'all. Welcome to back to the welcome back to the Pretty Penny podcast. It's me, Cedes.
And it's me, Mirror. Wondering what the hell Cedes talking about.
Listen, okay, you remember that dating coach we talk about sometimes?
Yeah, I haven't seen him on my feed in a while. I miss him.
he made a video today. He's like, listen, black woman, I need you to be on your WWA, your white woman audacity. He's like, have you ever noticed? He's like, and I know you have, white women, he's like, black women are raised to never be a burden.
Take up space.
Never take up space. Don't ask for anything. Take care of everything. And he's like, white women are the complete opposite. They expect everyone to do everything for them. And he was like, for example, he's like, white women, when they're walking on the streets, they don't move out of your way.
Oh, I noticed that. Once I started noticing that, because how many times I thought about walking down the street, right? And you don't even, naturally when people are in the way you move. But then I started, I read a study on it and I was like, wait, they really don't move out the way. So I started walking down the street. You'll be surprised. Motherfuckers will take your shoulder. And that's not just the women, that's men too. They'll take your shoulder off.
Yep. And he was also like,
somebody walking down the street and you not gonna move. What you saying?
He's also like in meetings and stuff, white women will be like, can you get me a glass of water? And it's no big deal. Or like in an elevator, he's like, white women don't press the elevator button. They say, can you press floor level 5 for me? Like he was listing all this stuff and he's like, I need you to date with that. Yeah. Opening doors, like having someone open the door for you, like all these things. And I'm like, man, you know what? It would never occur to me to have any of these things done for me. Let me get on my WWA. So yeah. So from now on, my name is no longer Mercedes. My name is what's a girl? Mary. No, that's not sexy.
Mary. Enough. What in the
I was like, what's a white woman name?
What in the house in the prairie hell?
But yeah, I'm obsessed. Anyway, it just started raining. Wellness check. How are you doing this week, Mir?
I'm okay. I'm a lot better now. You know what I'm saying? The good old cycle just beat my ass. Took my weekend from me pretty much. I had plans to stream this weekend. And Cramps was like, no, you stay over there. You stay in the bed, drink tea, come back another day.
The worst kind of cramp, it's not even the stomach pains, is when you get the booty cramps. Those are the worst. Yeah.
I get full body cramps. Like I hurt everywhere. That's actually how I know it's coming. Like my whole body just starts hurting.
Not to be too
Everything
graphic,
is
but
sore.
if you're listening to this and you've never experienced a period, it's not uncommon at all for you to get cramps in your asshole. And it hurts. It hurts so bad. It's the worst.
That sounds like a Charlie horse of the butthole.
Oh my God. It's way worse than a Charlie horse. I can't remember the last time I had a Charlie horse, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember one time, I think I had this shit when I was fucking years ago. I was like, nigga.
When I was fucking years ago.
Oh, yes.
What's
back in my younger days. When I was getting intimate. Yeah, I was fucking. And that shit caught my leg. Oh my God. I almost rolled off the bed. It was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, my leg. My leg.
I'm also doing a lot better too. So look at this. Yeah, two women doing better this week. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Should we go ahead and start with the hot topics this week?
Yeah. So I know this past weekend was the annual Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase, which I didn't get to tune into like most of it, but I heard it was really good. And I heard Xbox knocked it out of the park. I was just I was scrolling the internet looking for trailers of the new releases, trying to see what I'm going to be playing. And yeah, I'm excited. You seen that new Life is Strange?
Yes. I just watched the trailer because you made me. And and I'm excited because I feel like Life is Strange is like the perfect, like if you don't really play video games, you would probably like Life is Strange. Like it's definitely story based. Characters are amazing. It's visually beautiful and it's not difficult to play at all. It's a really easy game to play always. So I recommend, but yeah, hell yeah, I'm playing it.
It's a dope game and they write it really well. It's to me, it's comprised really well. And every time I play Life is Strange, I always end up either crying or about to cry with every iteration of that game I play over the years. So I'm like ready. I know the community, everybody's ready because we love Life is Strange.
I cry with what was it called? Colors? The last one.
Mm-hmm.
I cried in that one. Yeah.
It was so intimate. I was like, oh, really I love stories like that evoke emotion. And I think this time, I think, what is it? You compared her to like on some like Nancy Drew shit because she's supposed to be solving like a murder mystery. So this is going to be super interesting to see when that game comes out. Now we got to wait.
What was that? What was that game with the black protagonist, the black girl protagonist?
South of Midnight. South of Midnight, yeah. Yes. I saw that trailer. I think that is the game I'm most excited for. Because the trailer was super dope, super awesome. Everything looked really authentic. And then they had gameplay. If one thing I know about these showcases, when it comes time for the publishers, the developers to show off what they have coming, that's one thing I always would say they tend to lack in. A lot of them is gameplay. It was a nice 4-minute long trailer. It had cutscenes and it had gameplay, and it didn't have like a cutscene that looks nothing like the game. Cause I like popped in on somebody's stream that was streaming the Summer Games Fest, and they were commenting on one of the games that was coming out and how the cutscene and the little cinematic they had looked nothing like the gameplay. So, the consumers kind of don't really know what to expect unless you're already an active player or consumer of that game, that franchise, whatever. So that made me happy. I just was happy to see her, the main character doing her thing, and I'm beyond ready to play that shit. Like,
I need y'all to go look at the trailer for South of Midnight. So I just pulled up the quick synopsis of it. So it's an action adventure game, and in the game, I think it takes place in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like it's got like a bayou. Vibe. Yeah. But you explore the mythos and confront mysterious creatures of the Deep South in this modern folktale while learning to weave an ancient power to surmount obstacles and face the pain haunting your hometown. So the Creole in me is excited for this.
It's so good.
I'm gonna get a bowl of gumbo
and play.
I love when video games take place in Louisiana.
Have we ever had a game take place in Louisiana like this?
So I have a VR game that's part of the Walking Dead has a VR game that
Oh,
takes place in the bayous of Louisiana. And so you're
VR.
literally walking the streets of Louisiana with zombies around you. And it's
Oh
10 out of
hell no.
10. Cannot recommend enough. It's
I
scary as
ain't
hell, but
I
it's
ain't
so
playing
good.
that. Just the thought of that is giving me gas. I can't do that shit. But I'll watch somebody play it though.
And the synopsis for Life is Strange Double Exposure, which was the first game we was talking about, is Max Caulfield finds her friend Safi dead in the snow. She tears
Mm.
open the way to a parallel timeline. Here, Safi is still alive and still in danger. With her new power to shift between two timelines, can Max solve and prevent the same murder? So, the thing you should know about Life is Strange is that they have a magical power and they can control time. And it's fun. It's definitely a
It's
choose your
so
own
dope.
adventure. Did you
Shit is
ever
so
do
dope.
those books as a kid?
You said doodle?
Do those books. Read those books. Choose your own adventure books.
Mm-mm.
You've no,
Wait, what is it
hold up.
called? You said True
You
Journey?
no choose your own adventure
Oh,
books.
choose. Let me
Not you
Google it.
having to type it into the browser.
Listen.
Okay, so I didn't have friends as a
Oh,
kid. So all I cared about was books and book fairs. So there used to be, I don't know if they still make them, but they
I've
were
seen
literal
these, but
paperback
no, I
books.
didn't. I didn't read them. I've seen these though. I never read them.
Yeah. So, like, if you're Gen Z, you might not know this, but they're literally paperback books,
The
and you
Scholastic
would
Book
read
Fair.
it. And it would be like, okay, here's a chapter of what's going on. If you want to make this decision, then go to page 31. If you want to make this decision, then go to page 45 or whatever. And then you would just jump through the book and have different outcomes each time you read the book. So it was
What
like the
happened to
closest
me?
thing to a video game or Dungeons and Dragons I can think of in a book form.
Might have read one of these, but I don't think they really piqued my interest enough for me to like. I remember them though. And I also remember the Scholastic Book Fair coming to school, and I couldn't participate. I don't know why I couldn't participate. She took me to Barnes and Noble later, but I was mad because I wanted to participate and buy books at school with everybody else.
Listen, the book fair was my favorite and least favorite day because I never had money, but I would always go and just touch the books, just play with the
A nigga like
covers.
me would have been just reading. And what you doing? Oh no, I'd have just read a whole book. I got me a book today.
Are there any other games that you saw that you was like, I really want to
Oh,
play?
that okay. So we talked about those, and then like the newest Call of Duty Black Ops. So Call of Duty Black Ops is out, and I'm like, I seen that trailer. Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh yeah,
I really want to play Call of
Black Ops
Duty.
6 is out, or Black Ops 6 is coming. Let me get the.
Is it going to be like Warzone is where like Warzone from what I've seen is like a Fortnite type of situation where like
Yeah,
battle
Fortnite.
royale.
No, it's Call of Duty Black Ops is just stories. From what I remember, it was just the
Mhm.
story mode, and then they had the online. I don't know how they're gonna integrate it with like Warzone and all of that. But it's very different. Like I finally played Warzone for the first time last year, and well, let me say, Black Ops 6 comes out on October 25th, so I'm like excited about that. But yeah, I finally played Warzone last year, and it's similar in the sense of a battle royale, but I like it a lot more in some ways. And then in some ways I kind of don't, because like as I play Fortnite, I play Apex, and I play Warzone. But the
Mhm.
player behavior in Warzone, they don't really you drop with teams, but nobody treats it as a team. And I'm wondering if that's derived from like everybody trying to be that content creator that can take out whole teams by themselves. Like, I don't understand why play a team game if you're not going to play as a team, but everybody
Mhm.
drops as a team and you strategize until the final circle. It to me is cool. Like, I prefer it actually
Mhm.
over the other two, because you don't got to worry about random abilities. Like, there's, different abilities with the grenades and the armor and things like that, but it's cool. I just don't like the way
Wait,
people play it. Like, people just drop and leave you by yourself.
is it PVC or PvP?
It's player versus player. Yeah, it's not PvE. It's PvP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dope. It's
It
cool,
looks
but
cute.
I
I
hate.
mean,
But the Black Ops 6, it should just be PvE as far as I know. It's because from what I remember, Black Ops is just the story mode. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do with the online stuff, they'll probably roll more of that out throughout the year and at Call of Duty Next and stuff, and then we'll get more information. But the story modes in them games are always fun and dope. Like that's something that kept me glued to my couch as a kid. So yay, that trailer looks on fire.
You know what? I'm really disappointed in the fact that Hitman 4 was not announced, because that's a game I am.
I've never played Hitman.
Oh my
I think
God.
I tried. I own one of them. I think I have a Hitman somewhere in the Epic Store, something. But I never really played Hitman. Which one have you played? You played all of them?
I've played all of them except for the first one. I played 2, 3, and I played them all offline in my spare time, and I love them games. Maybe one, you know what? That's a game that I should replay on stream.
Yeah.
But it's if there's a type of game, like I know everybody thinks, oh, Cedes horror games, but if there's a type of game that completely encapsulates who I am and what I like, it's Hitman, that franchise.
Oh, wow. Okay, gangster.
Yeah, well, it's strategy, it's stealth, it's a little bit violent. Most importantly, it's one player. And I really love that game. So I want them to come out with it. But yeah, gamers.
I didn't realize how much I hated stealth till I raged out on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I still haven't finished Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like sometimes I like stealth and sometimes I just don't. I don't like when stealth is required to progress in a video game. So yeah. But I'm still waiting for that new Assassin's Creed. Ooh, yes.
Okay, what about anything going on with celebrities? Any topics you want to talk about? I got a few things.
Apparently they revoked Diddy's honorary degree. That's it.
Who's they?
Howard University revoked his
honorary degree. Howard gave Puff Daddy an honorary degree. Then that means honorary degrees don't mean shit from Howard in the first place.
CBS News reported that they rescinded. They took back his honorary degree. I forgot he even got that, but yeah. How often does that happen? When is the last time somebody got that to happen?
I definitely remember hearing that happening was somebody. I don't know why my mind automatically thought Kanye West or Donald Trump.
Why my mind went to Bill Cosby or something.
Oh, that probably happened too. There's no way Bill Cosby doesn't or hasn't received some honorary degree.
From someplace. Yeah.
Well, I mean, good for you, Howard.
At least they standing on something. Shout outs to them for that, huh?
Was there ever like a time in your life where you wanted to go to an HBCU?
Yes. When I was younger, we watching, and there was actually a conversation about this a while back about like how a lot of 90s Black sitcoms, HBCUs was so embedded in the culture, how they dressed. It was like weaved into the essence of like Black television in the late 80s, early 90s. So yeah, growing up, I actually wanted to go to Howard as a kid. I wanted to go to a university down south. I wanted to go to HBCU so bad, but unfortunately I was 16 and my parents was like, you're not leaving this state of New York. So I settled on some local college, and I'm still bitter about that. Like I wanted to go to HBCU, but looking back, it's like, I don't know if I still feel that way, or maybe just not the particular set of colleges that I was interested in when I was 15 and 16 years old.
I had thought about it, and I remember bringing it up to my mama, and she was like, you would never survive.
Damn.
And she told me that, and I just kind of let the dream go.
Damn. Why'd she say that?
She was basically implying that I was too white to survive in a Black academic atmosphere.
Oh, damn. No,
yeah. Old people, they have a very narrow idea of what Blackness is.
Yeah. I couldn't go to no PWI though, but that's what we ended up doing. It was just, I don't know. I see people's horror stories from their PWIs, and I'm like, no, I couldn't have dealt with that shit neither. Like,
I went to a PWI.
How was it?
I loved it, but let me put a little asterisk. I had one white friend. I literally went to a PW. Okay, so for y'all to know what a PWI is,
Black folks find community within, right?
So like I went from an art school that was a PWI, and I hated it in California. And then I graduated from Smith College, which is a all women's university in Massachusetts. And so I basically went to college and I joined the Black Student Association. I became the chair of the diversity committee, and pretty much all my friends were Black or queer and Black. So even though it was a PWI, you wouldn't have known it looking at my friend group. But we should have an episode about Blackness one day and the definitions of Blackness. That would be a good ass episode.
I think about shit like that all the time. And I was saying, like, I couldn't do one, but we went to one, and the way we kind of navigated through it, you wouldn't have realized that all the like Black students were in this like small bubble with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we wouldn't have like on the outside looking in, we wouldn't have realized that's where we was at a PWI. But yeah, no, we definitely do, because there's a lot of ignorance in the community when it comes to defining Blackness on both sides, you know. So I would love to talk about that.
Sure. I'm halfway tempted to be like, Mira, let's talk about that today.
I mean,
y'all,
shit.
That's such a good topic. I'm like super curious. Don't answer because we have to save it for whenever we film. But I'm super curious to hear whether or not your Blackness has ever been questioned by other people and what kind of people have questioned it. But don't answer it. We got to save it. But I'm very curious.
You ain't shit.
We could call it the Oreo episode.
Oh, I like
that. Random topic with no segue. You've been hearing about Chipotle?
What Chipotle do?
Bro, people on social media, at least on the TikTok side, are going in on Chipotle. People are boycotting. They saying, I'm never eating Chipotle again. It's 100% because of the portion sizes.
What? You know, I saw a video the other day, right? And apparently on TikTok, they're intentionally going into Chipotle's with cameras in people's face so they will give them bigger servings. Talking about something, they're more likely to give you a larger serving if you have a camera in their face.
Yes. So I'm going to try to go back to the beginning from what I understand. So people have been complaining for months now because, you know, with COVID and everything, DoorDash and Uber Eats blew up. So people who were used to going to Chipotle inside the store and getting these big, I remember the first time I had Chipotle, Mirror, that bitch was like the circumference of like my neck. That hoe was, I was like, how have I gone my whole life? And back then the burritos was like $8, and that burrito would last me 3 days on God. But people started complaining because they would order it through the apps, and because they're not there to see the people making it, they'd be getting their food and it'd be like 3 pieces of chicken or whatever. And so people were like, okay, so you got to go inside Chipotle to get a good serving. And then there was a hack where people were like, okay, I'm going to film it while you're doing it. So people would film it and it would actually work. They considered it a Chipotle hack, like because the person's being filmed and they know it's going to end up on social media, they give them extra portions or whatever. To the point where the Chipotle CEO, he heard all these people boycotting, so he actually did like a town hall meeting. And he was like, all you have to do when you go to Chipotle is just, this is literally dead ass what he did. He's like, listen, guys, we have the same portions we've always had, and we're really reasonable. Like, all you have to do is go into Chipotle and be like, you know, I want rice. And then if you want extra rice, all you have to do is hit them with a little like head nod, wink your eye. And then the Chipotle employee should give you more stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. And so now Chipotle's are like, if you come in with a camera and you're filming us, we have the right to refuse you. Like you got to pay extra for everything now, including the vinaigrette is like the latest thing. So you got to pay extra for the vinaigrette, the queso, and the guacamole and double meat. I'm still bitter about the fact that Chipotle don't serve alcohol no more when they used to have margaritas. I could get my buzz on at lunchtime, but
they stopped doing that. That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah. They stopped definitely before the pandemic, unfortunately. But yeah, everybody is boycotting because they be getting, you know, 2 pieces of chicken on they burrito bowl. I don't be getting, I haven't had Chipotle in like a year.
I haven't had Chipotle in a couple of years. It's just not something been going out of my way I haven't gone out of my way to get Chipotle since like Chipotle first became a thing. And that's been years. So
They do have the best guacamole. I remember the last few times I went, I would go there just to literally walk in, get a large guacamole, and take my black ass back out. Because I feel like every time I go to Chipotle, it's always something, dog. Like they don't take credit cards, the machine down, or they just ran out of fajita vegetables. It's gonna be at least this 8-minute wait. It's like, nah, bro. Nah,
not
I'm
you
not doing this
tired.
with y'all. No, not
This
not.
why my ass be in Popeyes.
And Popeyes, listen, Popeyes ain't no better because every time I go to Popeyes, that chicken is from 2 days ago.
Oh no. Oh, that's not my experience. The chicken be hot and fresh. It be good. And it has good like staying power. Like it still makes for good leftovers when you put it in the air fryer. It's not a lot of places, fast food places I could throw in the air fryer and it still tastes good when I heat it back up. So that's my
We need a hack because like you know how you can go to
Popeye's
McDonald's and get fries to be like no salt and then they have to make it fresh.
Yeah.
There needs to be a Popeyes hack. Like
no salt.
because Popeyes when it's fresh is
It's
top.
so good.
When it's juicy and the grease is ooh,
The grease is
and
greasy.
salt, ooh, it's good as hell. Don't even need no hot sauce. In my opinion, Popeye chicken don't even need hot sauce.
I still put sauces and stuff because I like sauces, but it really at its core, it really don't be needing no sauces.
Not like Chick-fil-A needs sauce.
It's flavorful and it's good on its own. It stands on its own.
Speaking of which, you heard about Chick-fil-A?
What they do
boycotting
now?
Chick-fil-A.
They should have been boycott. What Chick-fil-A do? They homophobic asses.
So they said that we're no longer going to do antibiotic-free chicken. Because, you know, Chick-fil-A chicken was not like Wendy's chicken. Chick-fil-A chicken was not like McDonald's chicken. Chick-fil-A chicken, it seemed like an actual animal that had been raised. You know, it wasn't made in a factory. That's how Chick-fil-A chicken used to taste. But now they've downgraded their, I guess, quality control and like they're being less picky, like literally less picky about their chicken. So people will like talk about how the chicken tastes different and it's not the same and stuff like that. Because I guess they're using Tyson now.
Not Tyson chicken. I don't know. I've only had Chick-fil-A once, so I can't even tell you. I tried it once just to try it, and I was like, okay, it tastes good. It's cool in here, but I'm gonna just stay my ass at Shake Shack.
When I used to travel a lot and I'd be like in podunk places like Tulsa, Oklahoma and shit, I would survive on Chick-fil-A in the food courts. Like,
That'd be me with Shake Shack in the airport.
Shake Shack fries, in my opinion, always be cold, bro.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie. I barely play the fries anymore. I like the burgers.
Yeah, they have good burgers.
I love their burgers. This is a different taste. I mean,
but y'all eat Chipotle if you want to.
Chipotle is my life. I remember that era. That's the last time I really was eating. Remember when that shit went viral? Chipotle is my life. That was when I was eating Chipotle. Nigga probably graduated high school.
Bitch, Mira.
Everybody's grown, huh?
I saw a TikTok earlier of a guy working at a tattoo shop and a little young girl walks in and he's like, I'm so sorry. We don't tattoo anyone under the age of 18 here. And the girl says, oh, it's fine. I was born in 2008. And his response is just to stare at her. Because the fact that niggas that were born in 2008
are grown up.
Or was it 2006? One or two are legal adults.
They're grown. Yeah.
God, does that not make you feel geriatric as fuck?
Yes, that's why I keep saying I'm entering my AAR pussy era. Niggas is not listening. When I'm entering my AAR pussy era and I gotta embrace that. And I saw a TikTok. Listen, I saw a TikTok the other day where it looked like it was a bunch of college, either football or basketball players. And they was like, well, what do you consider old? And most of them said like reasonable things. But one nigga in particular said, if you were born before 2001, you old. I said, oh, really? We there now? Okay, I'm like, if you was born before 01, you're old. And I was like, well, I am now entering my AAR pussy era. That's fine. Fuck you too.
I'm about to get emotional because now you triggered me.
Yeah.
Because why the other day I had to go pick up a medication at the pharmacy.
Oh Lord!
And they asked
me, ma'am.
They no. Well, yeah, but I'm really not okay with that. And I used to check them little niggas too. I'd be like, listen, I was like, why are you calling me ma'am? And they'd be like, well, we call everyone ma'am. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. When you see me, bitch, I'm a miss. But
you know what you just took me to? Wait, I'll tell you now. You just took me back to my childhood. So growing up, we had a family daycare, and one of the parents in the daycare used to be so mad at me because I was raised by my country ass father. The yes ma'am, yes sir, no sir, and I used to be like yes ma'am. She'd be like, don't call me no fucking ma'am. And I used to be like, oh my god. But like, I get it now, right? But like at 6, 7 years old, I'm like, why are you cursing at me? My dad, even my sister was like, that's how we was raised to speak. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like, what you so mad? Don't call me no fucking ma'am. I'm not no old bitch. I'm 6. I don't know nothing about no, you're older than me. I don't know nothing about no old bitch, nothing.
Listen, I remember like, you know how like when you work in retail, you work with all types of age groups. You'll work with like really old people and really young people.
Really young.
So every time I would work with somebody older, I'd be like, Miss Bernadette, Miss Colleen, whatever. Like I would say Miss in front of it as like a sign of respect. The day, if I go back into like a traditional workforce and if I get in that office and some 2000 great looks at me and calls me Miss Mercedes, that's going to be my 13th reason why. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not. Oh, everybody should age gracefully. Aging is a good thing because that means you made it. A lot of people didn't make it this far. Fuck that. I am young forever. In my mind, I am 22. Feeling 22. Like, bitch, do not call me Miss Mercedes. We squared up. Oh my God.
Speaking of age, so my homeboy had me watch a movie, was a horror movie called X, and it was about some elders. And, you know, it was pretty much about some porn stars in the 70s where they go into this house in the woods to shoot a porno or whatever. And it's this elderly couple in the house, right?
A white film, right?
Yeah. And it was the elders. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but one of the main parts of the storyline was that one of the elders was like really horny and they really couldn't like, you know what I'm saying, fuck or whatever. And I got really sad because I was like, I don't want to get to that point where like you so, you know what I'm saying, your age and your body can't handle having sex and shit like that. So I'm just gonna, you know, try to eat better and work out and do what I can so that when I reach that age, I can still fucking do what I want to do. If I want to suck dick on a handstand at 85, I could do that. Because that shit scared the hell out of me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was supposed to be a horror movie, but I was scared in other ways, nigga. I'm like, nigga, that's what happens when you. But then I gotta remember that I have a grandmother who's in her mid-90s that the last time I went to go visit her, she told my son, I gotta exercise and I gotta stretch. And she put her legs behind her she put her legs behind her head. She's like, yeah, you got to stretch. I said, why is your legs behind your head? Grandma, like she's in better physical shape than me. So it's not
Granny
always...
was in a seashell position? What?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. My grandma, she drop it low and she the only one out of us that could get back the fuck up, right?
She's like, here's a pretzel.
She throw her legs up on countertops. Like she's a wild one. So I have to remember that like age doesn't look the same for everybody. And it makes me less scared to age.
Okay, I have so many things to say to that. Number one, there's 3 things I refuse to do in life. Have children.
Damn.
Be without TikTok.
Oh my God.
And get too old for orgasms. That will never be my ministry.
That scared the fuck. I'm like, bro, she want the fuck. He's like, no, but my heart, I can't. I said, not the dick making him disintegrate. What the fuck?
I will get some Geritol, whatever I need to do, some arthritis medication, whatever I have to do to get the joints working to make that happen. But I want to touch on something you just talked about how people is aging differently. I saw a video earlier today talking about how millennials are aging way differently than like Gen X and boomers. And the example they gave was Danny Tanner. You ever watch Full House?
Yeah.
Danny Tanner, the dad of all them girls. Mm-hmm. Do you know how old he was supposed to be on that show?
What, 35?
29 years old.
Oh.
And Uncle Jesse was 26.
They gave 30s to me as a kid. They gave 30s.
And I'm just like...
None of them gave 20 nothing. But that's another thing. I think styles, fashion, because if you look at like, our elders back in the day, like the older Black R&B singers of like the 60s, the 70s, they looked like they were like 45, but them niggas be like 25 years old.
Yep.
Like, they'd be like, oh, this is Curtis Mayfield or something like that. And in the picture, maybe he's supposed to be 26, but he looked like a 45-year-old. Like, I think it just has something to do with how they dress and shit.
So I'm torn because like there are plenty of times where I'm looking at people and I'm like, there's no way you're 45. Like, there's no way you're 50 or whatever. Especially when we look at people like Bianca Lawson, aka
That's a vampire.
Yeah, like we look at people like that, but it's like, is it because of social media that people in their 30s and 40s and 50s look so much younger? Is it because of new advancements in skincare and like anti-aging stuff? Or are we just more vain than previous generations were? Because
possibly.
Or is it all three?
I really do think the fashion choices play into it too. Like how niggas wear their hair. Like, I feel like a lot of our elders, how they wore their hair. I think we still associate that with age and different time periods. So to us, when we look back, I don't know, but I really do feel like the fashion choices have a lot to do with it. They probably, because they, Full House, they were definitely giving me 35 when I was little watching that shit.
Good news for neurodivergence. You'll be young forever mentally.
Oh, damn. So, I didn't want to hear that.
I'm serious. Like, if you ask somebody who's truly neurodivergent how old they feel, they will say much younger than they actually are. Like in my brain, I'm not even in my 30s.
If it wasn't for my back pain mentally, I probably would feel 26 or some shit like that. Maybe 20 something. My back pain be bringing me to reality all the time.
I did 3 miles earlier on the treadmill. And I went the fastest I've ever gone, 6 miles per hour. Let's go. No, 6.5 miles per hour. Let's go. And I'm going to continue to challenge myself. And I say all that to say that you can't tell me I'm not 17 years old. Like, oh my God, I can't wait till next year when I can like vote or whatever. Oh my God. Speaking of voting, you want to talk about Amber Rose real quick?
What'd she do? What is she always doing something? What did she say? She not gonna vote or something?
No, I wish that's what she has said.
Oh, she said she voting for Trump.
And
I saw that.
The reasons that she gave is dumb wild. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, I never watched that show. What was it called? College Hill or whatever, when she went back to school.
I heard Jocelyn was getting in that ass. I heard Jocelyn was getting in that ass, yeah. It was having a conversation about race and identity, and Jocelyn was tearing her the fuck up.
TMZ caught up with her, and she walked around these big ass hoop earrings. I still can't believe she got her son's name tattooed across her hairline. Like, that's
I'm not super fond of face tattoos, but that forehead tattoo is dumb as shit. That's her life. That's her business.
She got in trouble saying that she was going to vote for Trump, and she went on record to say, yes, nothing shit changed over here. She said she's still voting for Donald Trump, even though he's a convicted felon, a common criminal,
a thug.
With
a capital T.
She says she's still voting for him because she believes that Donald Trump will make America great again for women.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the reason. She says, stop being brainwashed. Just because we're people of color, we don't have to vote for Biden.
Nobody said that, but you will vote for Trump. But there are people, but to be fair, because I can't even say nobody said that, because wasn't they running around on some you ain't black if you ain't voting for Biden shit? They was running around telling black people they ain't black if they ain't voting for Biden. So
yeah, Biden said that.
It's fucked up all around, huh?
Biden was the one that said that. You don't remember that clip? He went viral. He said, if you have to think about it, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He said that.
I can't believe that was him direct. Yo, it was him that said that shit. How did niggas let him get away with that?
Because Donald Trump said mad wild stuff more. Trump over here saying, Donald Trump literally said, I could get a gun and shoot somebody on Fifth Ave and I would still get elected. He said that at the beginning of his campaign, and it's true.
Why are they allowed? Like, how is Biden allowed to play on the sensibilities of Black community? Because that's literally how like Black folks interact with each other. If you don't do this thing, you ain't Black. This is the big case of over familiarity going on here. How the fuck did he get that comfortable to feel like he could say that? But yeah, the drivel, the shrivel, the bullshit coming out of Trump's mouth was much worse at the time. So I definitely did forget that, and I wasn't really paying attention to neither one of them niggas.
I have
But
a question for you.
what's up?
So, Biden versus Trump, is it better in your mind to vote for the devil that's in sheep's clothing or to vote for the devil that's right out there in your face? You see the horns from a mile away.
I'm also in the boat of I'm also in the boat of not even wanting to vote for either. I'm looking for a third option because I feel like for years the country has pushed the mentality of the lesser of two evils on Democratic voters and Democratic citizens, folks that are left leaning for years. And I'm tired of it because we are literally fucking regressing. And it becomes, what is the point of voting Democrat if our society is being regressed and pulled back before our eyes? What is it? You know what it gives me? It gives me the big energy of like, we pretend to fight in public, but we be hanging out and we be golfing together on weekends. This is the energy that I get between the two of them. Like, y'all put on a show and pretend that y'all have different political interests to appease the public, but in reality, y'all have the same alignment.
They get paid by the same people.
Yeah, y'all in the same
y'all
boat.
co-workers.
So y'all in the same fucking boat. So it's like, what do you do there when you vote Democrat and people present it as if it's so progressive and it's going to be so groundbreaking and changing the world and we're trying to make America and the world a better place? When we voted and he got it and Biden is sitting his ass over there and we're watching all of these laws that people push for get repealed, roll back. People are pushing back to repeal and regress all of these things that all these different groups of people fight so hard to put in place. What is the point? What's the point?
You know, I think I heard there's like 28,000 new births as a result of sexual assault since Texas banned abortion.
Did you say 28,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my fucking God.
Sis, I'm not sure we're gonna get to the topic this week. We already have 45 minutes.
Okay. You gotta ask, we might not.
Okay. Are you gonna go see Bad Boys?
Bad Boys 4? Yes. 4? I'm gonna go see it probably. I was gonna go on Tuesday, but I want to just stream through the week and then I'll probably try to go maybe Friday morning. I hate going to the movies in night, like with everybody now. I like going to empty, I don't know what it is now. I like to go in the empty theater now.
Bad Boys in the morning.
Yeah. I heard it's really good. And it's doing good in the box office. So I'm going to go check it out. But I got to watch 3 before I go see 4. Oh, you going to see it at home? Is it going to a streaming service anytime soon?
I mean, I'm going to wait for it until it's on Netflix or Peacock or whatever. For free. I'm not paying for it just because I personally have not enjoyed any of the Bad Boys movies.
Oh, you don't like them? Yeah.
I just hate how women are written.
It and you was like, it's not for me.
I hate how women are written. Martin Lawrence is incapable of being in a movie or TV show where there's a actual well-rounded, likable female character. Yeah, that opens another discussion with where they was talking about Tisha Campbell and how she didn't really get to step into her comedic chops until My Wife and Kids. But I didn't watch My Wife and Kids like that growing up, so I gotta go back and watch the shit. But it was like, yeah, she really got to step into it. She didn't get that with Martin. I'm like, damn. But if y'all go see it, let me know how it is. It's not getting my money, but I support it because I will always fuck with Will Smith. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I currently fuck with Will Smith because he might come on next week talking about I vote for Trump. So
no. Nah, Will Smith has been one of my favorite actors forever, like since I was a little kid. So if I would say favorite actor, he actually is my favorite actor. So I'm like, okay, this works.
Will Smith is the only man I can think of where like I've grown up with him. So like when I was a kid, I looked at him as like an older brother type of figure. And then I got older. I was like, oh, Will Smith is kind of fine. Like I could be with Will Smith. And then now it's like, oh, Will Smith, that's kind of like my uncle. So it's like wild how it's traversed my whole life. Did you hear about Gabrielle Cedes?
She had her
having her
babies.
babies.
She had twins. They're so cute. I saw the pictures of her
Yes.
and her husband and her munchkins. I was like, that shit is adorable.
Gabourey and her husband, his name is Brandon Frankel. He looks like somebody who would ask you if you needed help at Urban Outfitters. And that's no shade. That's what he looks like. He looks like, a scruffy, cute little white boy.
They look so cute. I was like, oh,
and
like, who cutting onions in here?
She said, Gabby was quoted saying, Brandon always wanted to name a son Cooper, so he can call him Coop. And then they decided Maya after they went on their baby moon to the Mayan Riviera, in Mexico. So the kids is named Coop and Maya. And both twins have traditional West African middle names after members of Gabourey's family. So, I'm sure niggas is mad because, fat Black women can't be happy and Black women in general can't be with white men. But I'm happy for her.
Yeah, it's just always some weird shit. That's why I ignore. Look, leave them niggas where they at, because they will try to the way they try to gaslight in real time. I've seen it about her and like Serena Williams. Well, why would she go and get a white man? Like, I'm like, so were y'all not the same niggas disrespecting these women on social media all 10 years still now? Not even, I'll say 10 years ago, but like still now. It's with some of these Black men, it very much gives, I don't want you, but I don't want nobody else to want you. So we just leave those where they at.
I mean, the comments is
miserable
wild.
And broke.
One dude is saying, become a wife, then a mother.
What?
He's basically saying, see, y'all heathenistic Black baby mamas, this is the order you're supposed to do in it. Somebody else, some other Black man
not
said,
using the shit to talk down on other people.
Yeah, apparently there's also like a conspiracy theory that she's doing this for money. I don't understand how that works, but that seems to be quite a few comments I'm seeing on this story. I'm happy for her. I cannot wait to get my pasta and lobster myself.
Oh my God. Not the pasta and the lobster. So I saw my homeboy showed me this movie this weekend. It was a remake of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Day. Now, that shit was dope. And it's a Black remake. It's on BET Plus, and apparently it came out earlier this year and it got little to no promotion, and that's what I'm upset about. Because like I said, the movie was really good. It had callbacks to the original movie. They had some of the actors and actresses. I remember one of the actresses was in there, the same house from the original movie, some of the musical score, like cute little things. It was great. And they put a nice like modern spin on it. Yeah, it was dope. You should watch it. I love
the original.
I got to go back and watch the original because I'm like, I feel like this is something that I saw as a kid, but I barely really remember. One of the movies you watch on like Saturday morning and you don't really like Breakfast Club or some shit, but they didn't play it as much as Breakfast Club.
I've seen it at least 150 times.
Yeah, I didn't. I maybe once or twice for me. And I'm like, nah, I got to go back and watch it. But I just really hate that, like, when there's stuff made for us, if they do remakes and it's Black characters or just storylines that center Black characters and, Black people, it's never marketed properly. It's never promoted. It's never marketed properly. The amount of cool shit that I'm finding on BET Plus that I'm like, where's the marketing for this? Why didn't anybody post this anywhere?
How much is BET Plus a month?
I think it was like $4.99. No, either somewhere between $4.99 and $10. I think initially, it's one of those initially $4.99, $5, and then after a while you pay $10 or something like that. But I just been finding shows on there and I'm like, where's the promo for this?
So I've been doing subscription service roulette. So I'll cancel a service and move on to the next one the next month. So this is the month I'm canceling Peacock because Summer House just ended. So I was gonna rotate back to Netflix for this month, but I might have to do BET Plus.
Start with 20s. I think the show is called 20s. It's cool. I actually got to finish watching that. And then, but same though, because I got rid of Peacock, but I got to go back to Peacock because I need to finish watching Bel-Air. And then I got to get back on Stars and finish watching Raising Kanan.
Did they cancel Bel-Air?
No.
Is there going to be a third season?
It's supposed to be. Let me triple check. I don't want to miss information. Let's see.
But I wonder if anybody.
I just saw them
somebody emailing me
for one of the premieres for Bad Boys. They was all together with Will Smith and shit. The cast. So Let me see.
I did see a video of Will Smith. Like, okay, somebody was in the lobby and people had just gotten out of the movie theater from seeing Bad Boys, and Will Smith comes out the theater with the crowd. He's like, "I'm glad y'all enjoyed it," and then everybody starts flipping out.
Yo,
like,
I would have lost it. I saw that movie. I saw that.
Yeah,
clip. I'd have lost.
Can you imagine?
I'd have lost it. I'd be like, this nigga here. I want a picture.
Man, my awkward ass, I'd be like, I would have slapped Chris Rock again. You did the right. I would have been awkward with it.
I mean, I would have been thinking that though. But the season 3 of Bel Air comes back in August. And I Googled it. It just shows premiere August 15, 2024. So it's coming back. So I
haven't watched
I remember actually an announcement because I said to myself, I got to get back on Peacock and finish season 2.
Yeah. I feel like I need to watch season 2.
Oh, and the girl from Bel Air is in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. The girl that played Lisa.
I'm excited to watch it.
The main character. She's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. I was like, oh, that's the girl from Bel
Air. You don't hear that. Somebody's mowing their yard. You don't hear that, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Hold up. I do want to bring this up though. Did you hear about this restaurant in Missouri that's going viral? Because they said in order to eat in our restaurant, women have to be 30 years or older, and when men have to be 35 years or older. Mm-hmm. And so they said this is a grown folks restaurant. So the restaurant is in Missouri, and Marvin Pate or whatever, he owns it. He's like, he wants people to feel like they're enjoying like a resort situation, like an adults only resort. Come in, enjoy the happy hour. He said, I don't want no young folks drama. And so
I understand that.
He getting mixed reactions. How you feel about it?
I understand him not wanting it because I feel like the older I get, the lower tolerance I have for bullshit. So like, that's why I stopped partying so long ago, like at such a young age, because it got to the point where every time I would go out, they fighting, niggas is shooting, like it's always something. You get tired of that stupid shit, especially like local drama, local drama in the neighborhood, in the sphere, even in college, that's local drama, things happening. It's like, bro, can I have an experience where I'm partying or I'm drinking and eating and having a nice experience where there's no fighting, there's no whatever, And the first time I could really say I got that was when I went to a nightclub in the Bronx that was catered to people 30 plus, but I was like 24. That's the most fun I ever had in a club environment. Cause I like 90s music. So it's 90s and 80s music.
You know, like, the music would be fire. Yeah.
I was in my zone, but I'm 24 surrounded by 30 and 35 year olds. My only qualm with the rule is that, and I saw this said, and I agree. Why is it 30 for women and why can't it be 30 for both? Or 35 for both? Because that does push the narrative that women are more mature, women mature faster than men. Like, set it 30 for all or set it 35 for all. But that's my only qualm with it. I don't have no issues with him setting that age point because younger people be on bullshit. And I'm saying this as somebody who like I said, 20, 24, I stopped partying like that. And the most fun I've had was being 24 surrounded by 35-year-olds. Like, it was great.
The thing is, I haven't really seen, like, going through the comments I was going through earlier, I haven't seen too many people press on the issue like you just did about the different standards for the different people. When I first read it, honestly, I didn't think too much about it. I was like, oh, it's because, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, when I thought about it for just half a second, I was like, oh, it's because men like younger women.
Oh, shit.
So I took it to mean an even worse, and it might be both, but I also hate the fact that it's two different ages.
Yeah, that's weird to me. Why can't
Although
it be just
I will
30
say,
for all, 35 for all?
30-year-old men do give very much mid-20s vibes to me still when I'm around them. But I'm here, make it both 30 or make them both 35. This is the kind of segregation I'm here for. I would vote on every ballot measure to make this available at every city in America. I'm a huge fan of this. If they made a 30 and up restaurant, that's the only, I don't even give a fuck what the food tastes like. That's the only restaurant I would go to. You mean I can go someplace where there's not kids screaming in my ear? You mean I can go someplace and I don't have to worry about people at the next table arguing because they got to split the check 7 ways? Like, no. That just sounds amazing. The music would be fire, and just don't bring hookah in it. Don't.
Oh, I haven't smoked hookah since I was like 19. I got a really bad headache, and I was like, yeah, nah.
A hookah headache is way worse than an alcohol hangover, in my opinion. That shit.
Yeah, I
killed
feel like
me.
it ruined my night. Like I couldn't come back from it, and I wanted to go home after that.
Because
I
think
was
about
like,
it. How
where the
many
fuck are
hangovers
we? I
have
don't
you
wanna be here
had
no more.
where you still drunk eventually? But that hookah hangover, you get a good one time. I will never do hookah again.
Yeah, I got one
Ever.
good hookah headache and never touched it, and that was over 10 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
I remember I
People
went
be
on
smoking hookah. I'm like, you good?
I went on like a Bumble date with a guy, and my stupid ass lived across the street from a hookah bar, and I told him meet me there again across the street from where I live. Not smart.
Oh,
But anyway, we went there, and that was the last time I had went because we did it, but everyone else was doing hookah as well. So it was like hookah on hookah on hookah on hookah smoke. I woke up the next day, and it I can't even describe it. Like you have like a huge migraine, but it's also like you've been inhaling fumes all day in like
yeah, it's not good for you.
a junkyard or something. I don't know. It's not
The
good.
junkyard is
You got junkyard lungs. I'm not here for it.
Yo, no, I don't think I had no hangover or headache the next day. Just the headache in the moment was enough for me to just not want to do it anymore. Like that, I got that one headache and my night was ruined. Like I just had a headache for the rest of the night.
I'm trying to think. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, we covered games. We talked about movies, TV shows. Bel Air is coming. Talked about the Don't Tell Mom Dates.
So
I think, yeah.
we can talk about the Country Music Awards.
What happened at the CMAs?
So it wasn't the CMAs, but the Country Music Awards. They had a festival in Nashville.
Oh, there's
and I
two
was looking at
separate.
those.
There's CMAs and Country Music Awards. Like they two.
Well, it's
totally
like
separate
CMA.
entities?
Yeah, they did the festival. Like you know how Essence is a magazine, and they also have a festival.
Have the
so it's
Essence
still the
Fest.
same. Yeah, it's the same people, but
entity.
no, it's a good thing. Like all
Okay.
these artists. I'm sorry, all of these
Black artists.
artists were on the stage at the Country Music Awards Fest. We're talking K. Michelle,
Oh,
Shabuzi, who's on Beyonce's new album. Somebody
Was
named
Tanner
Mickey-
there?
Tanner was there.
okay.
Blanco Brown was there. Someone named Breland, Raina Roberts, who
Raina
I
Roberts.
love.
Okay. I was like, it was Tanner and Raina there? Okay.
Brittany Spencer, Jarvis Red. I'm looking at least 10 Black artists that was on
That's
the
dope.
stage.
That's dope.
Tell me, Beyonce,
That's
the
fire.
power of Beyonce.
That's
The power
fire
of
because a lot
Beyonce.
of them had been making music for a minute, so that them being on the album definitely helped push them.
I'm
into
at the
next-
mini mart
so happy
in my mini skirt, about to take your man in my
in a torn up t-shirt. This ain't the
Hamptons.
We all got tramp stamps. Acrylic covered in barbecue at the line dance. That was my shit.
Put me on
Me in the saddle, spin me like a spur, make my snake skin rattle. Sassed up. Ride 'em like cattle, looking like Beyonce with a lasso. You think she manifested
I'm
with
a
that?
buckle buddy.
I feel like she low key manifested with that shit. Bitch,
Oh,
looking like
absolutely.
Beyonce with a lasso, and then say, "Oh, I'm on Beyonce album."
Listen, I'm not saying, of course, I'm not saying, because some people are taking it too far. They're like, Beyonce invented country music. I'm not saying nothing crazy like that. But I promise you right now, if Beyonce had not come out with Renaissance Part 2 and there was a country album, we would not be seeing this country music renaissance.
Not like
happening.
that. No, that would have took a little bit longer to happen. Probably,
Yeah.
I can guess. But
Side
I'm
note,
very, very happy for them.
K. Michelle,
Michelle been doing her Thug Thizzle of country for years. I didn't know.
it's almost like she was meant to be a
Meant
country
to be
singer.
a country singer. Probably what she wanted to do all along. But you know they like to pigeonhole Black artists into R&B. Probably what she
Absolutely.
wanted to do from the beginning.
She sounds
Because
so
it's
damn
so
good.
natural to her when I hear it. I'm like, this shit sounds so natural to K. Michelle. Damn.
She makes me want to get 40 inches and some cowboy boots.
A cowboy
I feel like
hat.
that's a country music song. My 40
Yeah.
inches in my cowboy boots. I'm sorry.
She be doing her thing.
I actually do really want cowboy boots, but I heard them shits hurt until you work them in.
They look like they hurt. I got a cowboy hat, but I've been wearing afros, so I ain't wearing it. But yeah,
this- There's this episode of Malcolm in the Middle. Did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle? AKA
A
the
little
funniest.
bit. You're
Francis,
not the boss of me now.
Francis gets some cowboy boots and he's trying to work him in. So he heard that if you wear them all day, every day for 3 days and you wear them soaking wet, it'll stretch him out. He did that. He took them shits off. He was covered in like these red bleeding blisters.
Ew.
Yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, that makes
no.
sense. Wet leather, wear him for 3 days. Yeah, it'll stretch out. Mira.
What?
I was watching this Black doctor earlier today. Black female doctor. And the show featured another woman. She looked like she was Hispanic or something. But she was talking about how she hasn't seen her foot in 2 years.
What?
She said, I haven't seen my foot.
Is it weight? Is it eyes? Is it... Is that a she got a shoe stuck on her foot?
Her foot was hurt. Oh, I can barely talk about this.
Oh, you scaring me.
Her foot was hurt. And so she had to wear a boot on, like a removable boot for the pain. And she hasn't taken it off in 2 years to wash her foot or do anything to it.
Oh, no.
She said everywhere she goes, she can smell rotting flesh and people complain about her stench. And she's like, it smells like a dead body. She has not seen her foot in 2 years. So
why won't
in
she
the
take
show,
the shit off?
It's got to be psychological. But
I would be scared too at that point. Because how you let that much time go by and because if it smelled like that, I don't even want to know what the shit looked like.
The doctor said, as soon as she walked in the room, I was like, can you imagine how... So I didn't watch the next part that had what her foot looked like. I read the comments though.
Don't you ain't watch the toe?
Oh no, I can't. I'm not one of those people who I can't even watch Dr. Pimple Popper. I don't like that shit.
Oh, I'm curious to see what the hell her foot looked like after that.
Oh,
I'll be curious about shit like that. Well, you can send that to me because I'm curious.
But people were saying how...
give me the heebie-jeebies, but I'll look.
I'm gonna send it to you right now because I want to hear your reaction live on tape.
Oh,
but people were saying how her foot looked like oodles and noodles, and so I was like, oh, that's enough for me not. That's enough for me not.
Damn, I haven't been on TikTok in how long?
Okay, so.
Oh my god! Oh, you saw it?
Yes. Oh my god! Ain't no way.
When you gonna send it though?
No, I fucking hate TikTok. Man, cancel this app. The fucking way I typed in the search and this is the kind of video that should 100% be on like a parental guidance suggested type shit. Cause oh my God. In the comments, somebody had said that the doctor had said if she had waited a little bit longer, they would have had to amputate that shit. But I sent it to you and you could describe it for our listeners if you'd like.
Okay, I'm already getting chills from that scream. So
the little bit that I just saw, oh my God. That is I try to have empathy in those shows when they're like My 600-Pound Life and Hoarders and stuff, but it's really hard because the nastiness for me, it leaks out all my empathy.
Oh no, that looks nasty. I feel bad. Damn, that's why her foot is dying. Her foot is literally decayed.
Okay, that's enough.
How did she let that go on for that long?
Here's the part that gets me. She has a man. While she was wearing that boot, she conceived and gave birth to her child.
If they describing her smelling like a dead body and you still lay it, he probably has smell blindness. That's the only thing that makes sense right now. Possible smell blindness. Because how the fuck you smell like a dead body and you still pop and put...
Some men's standards for women is in hell. As long as you got a warm woman.
She a nice looking woman.
I don't give a fuck how nice you look. If you smell like a zombie.
A dead body though? I don't give a fuck how good you look. Listen, I stopped talking to niggas that I thought was fine as hell because I like the way they smell. I'm like, you look good, but you smell crazy. I don't give a fuck how fine you. Some people don't care though. If they think somebody's attractive, you could smell like death becomes her and still get somebody because you look good. I can't do it. I've definitely dealt with niggas that like, oh, damn, he fine as hell, but he fucking stink. His breath stink or something. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? He not cleaning himself. I can't. Smell is important.
Death Becomes Her is...
I need to go back and watch that, but yeah.
Is S tier. Amazing film.
That's my shit.
But I love anything with Goldie Hawn in it, so it is what it is. So I guess that'll do it this week for our topics. And honestly, the podcast, because we really ain't got no time to do. We'll have to do the topic next week. Now, whether the topic is what we was going to do today or whether it's blackness, we'll find out. But pretty and petty, is there anything that you're feeling pretty or petty about this week? Miramax.
That shit, I'm kind of itchy.
Listen, you the one that said send it to me. I don't know why you still talking to me. Where's that forwarding of the video images?
Because you said it looked like noodles. It didn't look like noodles.
It did not look like noodles, no.
But it looked like I
don't want to. If you gonna say it, go ahead and say it.
I can't find the words. God damn it! It just looks like death.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Mm-mm.
Yeah, if you can help yourself, don't. It just imagine. I don't know.
Can we? What? Pretty or petty?
Sad because I'm traumatized. Not pretty, not petty. Traumatized. I'm traumatized, and I would like a hug right now. Yeah, because I need a hug.
I'm petty this week.
Oh Lord.
And not even really. I'm not even petty. You know who's fucking petty? Adobe.
Oh, fuck Adobe.
Is fucking petty. Okay, so Adobe. If you're listening to this, I'm sure you're a creative person of some sort. You're probably already familiar with Adobe, but Adobe has been the industry leader in the development of everything digital and electronic. So like they do Photoshop, most notably After Effects, Audition, Dreamweaver, whatever, everything. And a couple of days ago, they came out with a new terms and conditions as part of the program to use the software. Because back in the day, when I started using Photoshop back in 5th grade or something like that, back in the day, kids, you used to be able to buy a video game or a computer program on what is called a compact disc, and you would be able to install or play that game in perpetuity, and you did not have to pay a monthly subscription service to access it. That's how their new terms of service is basically saying that if you want to continue using our services, we have to have access to everything that you make. And not only do we have access to it, we have ownership of it, which is the wildest thing because you have whole movie studios out here using these programs to make the effects in the crash sequences. You have graphic designers who are making logos. The amount of companies I've seen who have publicly said that we are no longer using Adobe for any of our stuff because it would conflict with our NDAs. Because if you're working on something for a client and it's top secret, you doing a campaign, you're editing a photo for, I don't know, Hermes, and all of a sudden Adobe has ownership of that. Like, be fucking for real. So I just wanted to let y'all know that if you're a creative, pretty soon they're going to force you to make this change, and they will have complete ownership of everything that you use with those programs until, I guess, enough people cancel and they wise up and take this off. Side note, they are actually suing. They're like threatening to sue people who are using the old version. So that won't end well. But if y'all happen to know any good alternatives for Photoshop or Audition, because I use Audition to edit this podcast, please send us an email at theprettypettypod@gmail.com, please. But fuck you, Adobe. Damn. I have known you for so many years. You've been a constant in my life, and I've given you so much money over the years for you to do some shit like this.
Just foul.
Yeah. All right. You got anything?
I guess this week I'm gonna be pretty and it's gonna be all cutesy and shit. I want to circle back to the game releases, and I'm just super excited about the release of South of Midnight, and I just want to come back to just how fire it is and how, we work so hard and people work so hard to see these types of stories come to fruition, and how it's done so beautifully and how authentically and stuff like that. And like really seeing what it looks like when a game developer and when they do the work to make sure that the game is like accurate and on point. And I've seen it. I've seen the front and back, and I'm like so proud of like them and what they're doing with that. I'm very happy to like play it. I can't wait. I'm going to just try to like keep myself distracted with other shit. But when it comes out, I'm going to play it. Shout outs to Pikachu Lita. She works at Compulsion Games, the studio that's putting out that game. Yeah, she's the CM over there, and she's been doing work with them on that game. And this has been a long time coming, and I'm excited to see it come to fruition. Shout outs to her. Shout outs to the team. And yeah, like I'm super excited. Like the big ass smile that spread across my face when I seen that trailer yesterday. I said, "Oh shit, here it is." So yes, very very much shout out to them making big strides in this space and making the changes, and it's really good. I'm happy.
Dope.
That shit cheered me up.
All right, y'all. That will do it for this week's episode of the Pretty Petty Podcast. If you would not mind giving us a cute little 5-star rating wherever you listen to your podcast,
Love us.
Share with your friends and your family, your church auntie, that coworker that you call Miss Bernadette.
We be wilding on here though.
Yeah. Share the love.
Don't share it to nobody that you don't want them to hear the inappropriates, but.
And if you have any questions for us, if you need advice or anything like that, you can write to us at theprettypettypod@gmail.com. Anything you want to plug this week, Miriam?
I've been on my Sims 2 binge, and I'm still on my Sims 2 binge. So if you want to go down memory lane and see why Sims players love Sims 2 so much, feel free to check me out at XMirror. That's on Twitch, that's on Twitter, that's on Instagram and YouTube. I'm just going to be simming and talking my shit for a while.
I have a getting ready with me video that's going up on my beauty channel later on this week. I've been playing Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I think I'm going to be playing Fortnite with Homegirl over here today.
Homegirl over here is crazy.
So, excited for that.
Even though I suck, but okay.
We will catch y'all next week. Y'all be good. All right. Bye.
Bye.